just back up, I'll back up. I'm just back up, I'll back up. I'm just back up, I'll back up. It's good, 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 it's good. They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone doing out there today? Hopefully you are doing well. Guess what? Guess what day it is? Today is February 27th, 2025. Tomorrow is the last day of February. Ms. Freckles, remember what I told you the other day, right? The year is over. The year is over. My goodness. Once we hit March, the year is pretty much done. All right. But we still have one more day left in February. So we're going to make the most of 2025. We are going to be jumping into ethical hacking tonight. We're going to be moving on past reconnaissance, intel gathering into the scanning stage. We have a bit of work to do. But let me give you a quick recap of where we're at now. So we went through reconnaissance for the past month, I would say, right? Last week I crashed my Kali Linux machine because I think it was because I tried to install this scanning type application, not scanning, but like some type of reconnaissance application. And I didn't have enough disk space, which this is why that all these things fit together, because having some better knowledge of Linux would have helped a lot. But because then I ended up just wiping out the whole entire file system on the Kali Linux machine. And then so that one went kapoof, and then I had to reinstall Kali Linux, but that's back. And now we're going to jump into the scanning. We're going to be looking at some tools about that. So that's where we are now. We are going to be jumping into scanning. All right, let's jump into our quick little housekeeping agenda for tonight. So first and foremost, I want to say a big shout out to all of the new subscribers, all of the old subscribers, those who watch from the clouds, those who are present in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Those who leave me comments, right? Those who have never responded, never interacted with me before, but you still watch nonetheless. Every single viewer is highly appreciated. I appreciate all of you.
I appreciate you.
And I have to say, I appreciate all the moderators on the channel as well for always being here and doing such a great job keeping the chat engaged and active. I appreciate every last one of you as well.
We the best.
All right, so next up, I gotta give a big shout out and salute to all of my amazing Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy, my technical explorers. They are like, all of them are working so hard. I have my technical explorers. They are collaborating together, learning Python as a group, and it is absolutely amazing. And shout out to my tech mercenaries out there. Those are the YouTube channel members who keep this YouTube channel alive, because without you, I don't know where we would be today. So thank you guys so much. Let's get it. All right. I'll throw this out right now, but I'll repeat it towards the end of the show. So in the Discord, right? There are requests like, hey, do you have about an hour where you can help us out with some Python? I was like, all right, I'll make some time for it. So at some point on Saturday, in the Patreon/Discord, I will be having a small little meetup to answer questions about Python, give some insight, help out a little bit with whatever I can do. I don't have that much time this Saturday because this is my busy Saturday, but I can probably allocate about an hour on Saturday. So that is the plan. I'm just letting you guys know right now. But that is only going to be for Tech Coach Off Patreon members. All right. If you have some Python, maybe someone else has the same question as you, and you can join in on the call. It's going to be a Google Meet call, and you can get your questions answered. I can provide you some insight, point you in the right direction. All right. So I'm just going to drop that right now. Where to sign up for the Patreon is techcoachoff.dev. It is it's right here, right? You can sign up for that, and we can run it up together as well. If you need one-on-one coaching, you can join over there. There are still a few slots available for one-on-one coaching. All right. Let's see what else. All right, so our next live show is going to be Saturday morning for the men lie, women lie. Numbers. What do numbers do? Numbers, they manipulate. Yes. We're going to go over our weekly economic review, and I will probably as well pull up the email that Trebek123 sent me about an idea that he has that I'm probably going to take on, and I'm going to pass it on to one of my tech barbarians to be the project manager, because guess what? What other way to build experience in the field that you want to be in, especially where this is lining up perfectly with tech and the financial industry. And you know, like, all right, you are the leader of this project, and you're going to let us know everything that you need, how we're going to get it built, and you're going to be the liaison and all that good stuff, and we'll figure it out. All right. So I'm probably going to talk about that a little bit Saturday as we get the show started. All of that good stuff. And then tomorrow we have the Bug Bite premiering at noon Eastern time. I'm going to be talking about the emotional strain that cybersecurity professionals, especially SOC analysts, have. What is it? SOC is what? Security Operations Center, I think it stands for. But the stress that they face. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow as we premiere the Bug Bite on Friday at noon Eastern time. So that is everything. Don't forget, we also have our tech music channel running where we have David Goggins motivation in the morning. And then we have just some work and chill music, get work done in the afternoon. I think I'm going to just do that from Monday through Friday and leave the weekends for you guys to figure out your life on your own. You know, I can't do everything for you, you know? So that is the plan for the rest of the week. With that being said, we are going to check the chat, and then we will get to our first. You know, oh my goodness, I did not. You guys are trying to get some extra time on me. I'm telling you. I didn't even start the timer. Let me start the timer. How much time have we spent so far? All right. You guys got an extra 12 minutes on me. Let me start the timer. All right, I got you. It's worth it though. It is worth it. All right, now let's check the chat. Let's check the chat now. All right, so we have first and foremost, the first one to class. We have Roxy in the building. Says, oh my goodness, every single time. Let's do this like this. Let's do it like that. Let me move it up over here, and we will make the picture slightly smaller. All right, there we go. So we have Roxy in the building. Rock the Scrubs. Roxy says, greetings to you as well, Roxy. How are you doing this amazing Thursday evening? And Roxy also says, good evening to TCR, to Magnetar, to Miss Freckles, to Mitch, and the chat. Good evening, Roxy. We have Miss Freckles in the building, bright and early, says good evening to everybody. She's sleepy, but nonetheless, she is here. Let's get it, Miss Freckles. Let's continue to get it. And Miss Freckles says it is still 2025 all year round. Miss Freckles, it is 2025 to those who are not getting up and going out there and getting it. All right, Miss Freckles, it is for me on Saturday. It's 2026. By the way, Saturday at 7 a.m. we have the single for Fallen Down coming out. So you definitely want to tune into that. Has become one of my favorite songs actually. So all of that good stuff. All right. Okay. So with that being said, we are going to get started with the show. So like I said, we're going to be getting into scanning. We're going to be talking about like pretty much everything that goes into scanning. Scanning is not something that that you can do on any old site or network, because you kind of need permission to do that. I mean, that's what the unethical hackers do. They just go and start scanning all these sites looking for ports and stuff like that. But we are ethical here. We are ethical. So we do not do that here or as part of ethical hacking. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a quick Google search on what TCP and what UDP is. We're going to install, I'm going to show you where to find some vulnerable virtual machines and set that up. And the only thing is, like, we'll figure that out when we get there, right? But let's get started with our first 20 minutes. Let me see if I can, actually, before I start that, let me see if I can find, let me see, what is UDP and TCP? All right, let's do that. All right, so let's start our first 20 minutes and let's get to work.
It's time to do.
All right, so, can I do that here? Let's do a bit of that. All right, so as part of scanning, right? Scanning is basically you're going to be searching like different IPs, different ports. I made a video on scanning last week, so hopefully you watched that software explorations concept and overviews to get a good idea about scanning. But we're going to be trying to see how we can get into the system. We use reconnaissance to learn about we use reconnaissance to learn about our target, but then we use scanning to say, okay, how can we get in via scanning? All right. So there's two main components, two main protocols for scanning, where there's UDP, user datagram protocol, and TCP for transmission control protocol. So both protocols, let's expand this. So both protocols use to transfer data across networks, with the key difference being that TCP prioritizes reliable delivery of data by establishing a connection and checking for errors, while UDP prioritizes speed and efficiency, sending data without guaranteed delivery confirmation, making it better for time-sensitive applications like online gaming or video streaming. So it is quite possible what we're doing right now, as I'm streaming this to you, it's being sent over a UDP connection, and like, if we're not getting data, then YouTube's gonna be like, oh, there's no data coming in, we're just going to get rid of it. But TCP, from when I was learning about it earlier today, it talks about a three-way handshake system. So let's say if I'm on a TCP, if I'm sending over TCP, I send data to you, and then you respond back that you received the data, and I say, okay, great, thank you. So it's like a three-way handshake connection, right? So let's take a look about that. So key points about TCP and UDP. TCP is connection-oriented, meaning it establishes a connection before sending data, while UDP is connectionless, sending data without a prior connection. UDP is like, I don't care, I'm just gonna send what I have to send. Reliability. TCP is more reliable as it ensures all data is delivered correctly by checking for errors and resending lost packages or lost packets, while UDP doesn't guarantee delivery and may lose some packets. UDP says, I don't care, right? And then it says UDP is generally faster than TCP because it doesn't need to establish a connection or perform error checking, making it suitable for applications where fast response time is crucial. So what are some common use cases for TCP? Email, web browsing, file transfer, where reliable data delivery is essential. And for UDP, online gaming, live streaming, video calls, DNS lookups. All right. So that is pretty much the difference between the two. It's very important to get that understanding and that concept before we get started. So that's why I took the time to take a look at that. All right. So with that being said, we are going to start up our virtual machine. Let's go to, let me see if I can pull up my working virtual machine at that because I had destroyed it last week. Let me see, but I almost figured it out though. I almost figured it out. So let's go to, they do say almost doesn't count. So it is what it is. Let's go to, let me close this up before it slows down this machine. Let's go to, what am I looking for? All right, we're going to VMware. Let's see if our VMware is going to participate in tonight's show. All right, so let's go over here and let's get the show started. So we are in our Kali Linux. And all right, so this should be Tech Coach Ralph, I believe. Oops, forgot a key. And we're into our Kali Linux. All right, so being into our Kali Linux now, in order to be able to actually practice the scanning stuff, we're actually going to need to get some vulnerable virtual machines, like, all right, because they're vulnerable, they're feeling they're a little bit hurt, so we need to get some vulnerable virtual machines. How do we find these vulnerable virtual machines to install? Well, if you guessed the answer was Google, then you would be 100% correct. So we're gonna go. So I have my Kali Linux up and running. I'm gonna go over to Google. Let's go back over here to our browser, and I need vulnerable VMs for pen testing. That's what. So I searched for this earlier today, right? And I was just searching. So you can get something where it's like, let's say we do a search for top 10 vulnerable VMs. So like they'll give you, let me see. So And they're going to say, all right, so let's see. Oh, so this is pretty helpful. So when looking for vulnerable VMs for penetration testing, the most popular options include Metasploitable, BWAP, Buggy Web Application, Multi-Day, Damn Vulnerable Web Application, OWASP, Juice Shop, WebGoat, Vulnerable by Design, Pawner Lab, Hack the Box VMs, all of which are designed with intentional vulnerabilities to practice various hacking techniques in a controlled environment. All right. So I don't know. So we're gonna start off with this Metasploit from Rapid7. That's the one that they start off with in the course. So we're gonna start off with that one, and then we will go from there. Let me go over here. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the Rapid7 site. And I'm just going to go down here, I'm going to go here and click download now for downloading Metasploitable. And I'm going to just take it to my downloads folder. And then we will go to, where's my download? And it's still downloading. It's about 376 megabytes, so it's still downloading right now. Almost done. Almost there. Almost there. All right, it's done. So I'm going to, so it's a zip file. I'm going to extract that zip file. And I am going to go into that folder. All right, so now I'm going to pull up over here. Whatever. All right, so I'm going to go over here. So now I have my Metasploitable Linux 2. We have it for, let me see, virtual disk. We have our VMware. So we need to get this into a, and here's the thing, right? It's very, very lightweight, so it's not going to take up that much space on our machine. So we need to get that into our, VM, right? So we're going to do file, and let me see, do we do open? Let me see, I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's go to open, and then we're going to go to, let me see. Oops. All right, so we're inside the Metasploitable folder, right? And we have the option for VMX, which would be the VM config. That is the only one that is actually, that we can open here. So let's go ahead and open that. And VMware, all right, so let's say allow it to, all right, so we're here. And let me double check our settings. So now I'm going to be checking the memory setting, which is going to be 512, which they said is more than enough. Let's go and check the 512 megabytes. Let's go, and one processor should be more than enough as well. Let's go and check the disk space. 8 gig. I think 8 gigs should be enough because we're not doing anything on it, right? So we should be good with that. Let's go to the network, and we want it to be a virtual machine shares IP with the Mac on external networks. The Mac provides network address translation for network traffic from the virtual machine. We want a bridge network actually. So let's do a bridge, and I have to go back to our Kali Linux machine to also get a bridge as well. So make sure that one's a bridge as well, right? So, and we'll see that. So let's go. I'm going to do a bridge. The virtual machine appears as an additional computer on the same physical network as your Mac. So that's what I want. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let me see if I can check that over here. Network adapter. I'm going to, yep. So let me turn that into a bridge as well. Let's see. Do we need to restart? I don't know. All right. So we don't need to restart. The network is disconnected. It should come back. All right. So let's double check our network. So let me do a ping yahoo.com. And we're pinging yahoo.com. All right. So we're good on that front. Let's do let me do IP config. And IP config. Let's see, IF config. On an IF config, we have our IP of 192.168.86.250. Let me get a terminal so we can do an IF config on our local network. What's up, Mimacify? How are you doing tonight? Hopefully everything is going well with you. Let me do, I think on this one I can do IP config, right? And it's going to say IP config get IF list. And we want to do IP config get IF ADDR. And we want to do, I think it's EN0 we're looking for. Yep, so 192. So this max IP address is 192.168.86.28. The virtual machine that we're using is for Kali Linux is 192.168.86.250. All right. So they're on the same. They're within the same subnet at least, right? Allegedly. All right. I am not the greatest at subnetting and all that good stuff. I used to be an expert subnetter, but that was 20 years ago, and I am not living in the past. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building as well. I'm gonna properly address Mimacify and Rod Brown once I get to break. But I just gotta say hello to my friends. How are you guys doing today? All right, so we have our IF config. We have so now let's go ahead and let's start up this other machine. And as you see how in Kali Linux we have this GUI interface, this graphical user interface. We do not have that. We're not going to have that in this Metasploit Linux machine. So we're just going to go ahead and it says, would you like to upgrade this virtual machine? An upgraded virtual machine offers support of new features, but cannot be used by earlier versions of VMware Fusion until you downgrade it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of upgrade. All right. Oh, well, it says the virtual machine cannot be powered on because it requires x86 machine architecture, which is it is always something. Let's see what we can do. All right, hold on. Let me see if there's anything I can do on my end. If not, we might have to download a whole. Well, no, because the guy was able to use this. All right, so let me see what we can do. Give me a second. Let's see. So show all. Let's see. General. What do we have under general? Let's see. We have a description. We have, all right, it's on Ubuntu. Let's see, what else can we do here? Compatibility, maybe? Don't see anything there either. Looks like we're gonna have to go to the good old Google. Let's see. Processor. Interesting. See, there's always something that comes up every time we have a game plan. Then Mike Tyson shows up to punch us in the mouth, and now our plans are out the window. All right, well, let's figure this out. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the Google. Let's go to the Google and see what we can find. All right, we're gonna go to. Let me try to start it up first, just so I can see the actual error message, and then we can search that error message. At least you guys get to see how we troubleshoot here, right? So this virtual machine cannot be powered on because it requires x86 machine architecture. So we're gonna go over to the Google. And it says this virtual machine cannot be powered on because it requires x86. All right, so VMware Fusion error. Well, let's take a look at this Reddit post over here. It says I have installed the latest VMware Fusion on MacBook Pro. Okay, added iOS. Okay, got that. Okay, got that. VMware products do virtualization, not emulation. The VMs must use the same CPU as the host. You can run Intel-based OSs on Intel-based hardware. Okay. All right. So let's see if they have a Metasploit for ARM. ARM64. How about that? How about that? Is that possible? Let's see. GitHub Rapid7 nightly installers. Let's see. Metasploit open source nightly installers. OS X manual installation. Sure. Linux OS X quick installation. Let me see. So installing Metasploit on Linux Mac OS. The following script application will import the Rapid7 signing key and set up a package for supported Linux and Mac OS systems. Once installed, you can launch MSF console from a terminal. That's not what I want to do though. That's not it either. ARM VM. Metasploit has payload support for ARM devices, including M1 and M2 chips, can run on all VMs. Metasploit is an open pen testing tool. Let me see. Metasploitable 2, maybe? Let me see what's that all about. Let's see. Did I get to? I don't know what I downloaded. Maybe that is the one that I downloaded. Let's see. Let's see. So it says once the VM is available on your desktop, open the device and run it with VMware Player. Alternative, you can use VMware Workstation or VMware Server. I have a backup plan though. I do have a backup plan. Let me see. Metasploitable 2 on ARM. Let's see. UTM. I think I uninstalled UTM. Let me see. UTM. That was my backup. Oh, wait, no, I still have UTM. Okay. All right. I still have UTM. I think we might be able to do it on UTM. Wasn't planning on using UTM, but we can find out. All right. Well, it is what it is. It doesn't look like, as of right now, and in order not to waste too much time, we're not going to try to force it on VMware. If you're going to be done, then provide ARM. All right, so I'm going to try UTM, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought UTM would come in for the win? But we don't know if it's going to work yet, right? So let's go ahead and let's go back over here. And let's get rid of this. Delete. Well, let me not get rid of, well, it's downloaded. But let me go and try to say emulate. And can I do Linux? And can I say, ooh, that's not going to work because I'm trying to, let me see.
Lunch break.
Gonna go to break in a second. I just was expecting to be a lot further. Let's see here. Let me see. Downloads. Okay. Let's see here. Let me also, one last thing before we go to break, let me try VirtualBox. Just trying a few different ways to see if we can get this to start. I'm not sure if it's going to work with VirtualBox either because it does kind of require emulation. Let me see. But we'll figure it out. If we have to spend the show trying to figure this out, then it is what it is, all right? Let's go to download Metasploit. Let's try. Okay, let's close this one. Quit. I quit the wrong thing. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna do it again. Oops. Well, let's do this. Let's go to break because this is gonna take us some time to figure it out, right? Mac and their M1 chips, although they're amazing and they run a lot faster, there's a hell of a lot of trouble that we have to deal with when dealing with this. All right, so we're gonna go to break. And here we are. We are at break. I'm gonna check the chat, and then we will actually get to our first break time topic before we get back to work. Okay, so let me see. Like I said, we have me, Mysify, in the building. What's up, me, Mysify? How are you doing? Hopefully everything is going well with you. We got my guy, Rod Brown, with the nourishing word. Says, good evening, family. Good evening to you as well, Rod Brown.
Let's get it.
And Rod Brown, I saw your latest video is getting getting numbers. It is getting numbers, Rod Brown. We're about to get it very, very soon. And you know what I'm talking about, Rod Brown. You know what I'm talking about. Me, my advice says it's going. It wouldn't help to complain. Ms. Freckle says, "Hey techies, hey techies." We got my guy Magnetar in the building. Says, "What's up to everyone?" It's a salute to everyone. Shout out to my guy Magnetar. Let's see. Roxy says, "Good evening to all the people who are coming in late." By late, I mean not at the beginning, not like you're late for class or anything like that. No, that's not. See, you guys be trying to get me jammed up. I'm telling you. Anyways, let's continue. So, first break time topic. I wanted to have a quick chat about crunch time, staying focused on what matters. So, I'm in crunch time, right? I have, how much time do I have left to competition? Like, I have like 3 weeks left to competition, to jiu-jitsu competition, major competition that I will be at. And so I am just like trying to, I am staying focused as I can be. Whenever it comes around this time for competition, except for last year really sucked. But I am feeling great this year. All right. Did I not start this? Hold on, let me start it. I am feeling great this year. New gym, good training, focus. But whenever it comes time to competition, the way that my mind works, because it is so driven, right? That I have to pair it with something else. So it's amazing. Like every time that I have like a major competition coming up, I end up finding something to pair it with. So pairing it with like the tech music stuff that we've been doing, that has been instrumental to me because it forces me, like, I wake up early and I have David Goggins screaming at me for 8 hours to focus and to work and to stuff like that. So it's great. It's amazing, right? But also it's like I also have to assess like what things I continue to do and what things like I take out, right? Because and I think that is important for everybody to always assess and reassess and say, all right, does this make sense? Does this not make sense? Should I take this out? Should I add this? You know, and for me, like, it could be little things. Like I'll probably have like try a scene on the channel try an intro and then modify it. Always looking to be just like 1% better every single day, and that's my goal. And that's also why you guys be like, oh my god, 5 things that we like. For me, I'm always looking to be better at all that I'm doing, right? So I'm always tinkering, right? I'm never satisfied, and I think that is a good mentality, to never be satisfied, to never be content with where you're at with what you're doing, which is going to lead into our second break. But I'm always trying to focus on like after I understand the big picture, right? Then I start to like look into, okay, what are the details now? What are the little details? What is going on? Can I make a slight adjustment here? Because in the things that I do, right, whether it is software development at work, like especially in QA, or it's jujitsu, it is a game of not even inches. It is a game of millimeters, right? You could be trying to choke somebody, right? You could be trying to choke somebody, and your grip is off by a millimeter, and the person has the ability to breathe, and that's not good. I mean, you do want them to, oh my God, you guys are trying to get me jammed up again, right? But they have like, so it is a game of millimeters, and the same way you can be off like in some coding languages, right? Python isn't as strict, but you can be off. You could be missing a semicolon, and your code is not going to compile. It's just going to give you errors saying something's not right. So when it comes to syntax, when it comes to training these martial arts, when it comes to your life, every single detail matters. And that's why for me, I'm always like, I'm focused on the smallest details. And I'll tell you this, right? I drive people crazy. By how like, what we I'll tell the people that I trade this. I trade with this. I'm like, I need to get like one of those meter sticks, because like when they're doing like when they're off by very slight, I'm like a little smack, right? Like, you're off, right? Like, just adjust this right here, because for me, the devil is in the details, right? And for me, I'm always assessing like and I'll go and play back, always having a retrospective for myself, like. When I train the tech barbarians, we have our scrum night. We do our sprint review, our retrospective, and our planning, right? But the retrospective is the opportunity to analyze, to see, okay, what did we do well, what did we do wrong? But it's also important to have a retrospective daily with yourself, right? Because for me, I always look to leave it all on the line. I want to leave it all on the line.
Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work.
Because what else are you gonna do, right? So that's my thoughts behind the whole focusing on what matters. Because a lot of times we like, our minds will wander. When you have a bunch of extra time, you start looking around here and there, all of that good stuff. Rod Brown, would you say that Eve had a lot of time on her hands? It's just a question, Rod Brown. Would you say Eve had a lot of time on her hands, that she just wandered to some tree and like, oh, this looks fun to eat? I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense, all right? But with that being said, let me check the chat again, and then we're gonna get back to work. All right. So, let me see. Magnus says, you telling? Oh, let me get this off the screen. Says, I ain't telling nothing, Magnetar. I don't have nothing to say, Magnetar. Miss Freckles says, sheesh. TCR cutthroat much. What? You know what, Miss Freckles? You don't normally get one of these, but tonight you get one.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
But yeah, I am pretty much cutthroat. Some people think that I'm annoying. I don't think so. Actually, no, I do. But do you think I'm annoying, Miss Reckles? Do you think I'm annoying? Do you think I'm annoying, Miss Reckles? I don't think so. And we have the one, the only, my best friend in the whole wide world.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
We got for the people, Mitch, in the building. What's up, Mitch? What's up, Mitch? How are you doing? All right, Mr. Reckles, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer. All right. Let's see. All right. So with that being said, Roxy, you did not have to answer either. You did not have to answer either. But fair enough. I will take it. But I take it as a badge of. I take it as a compliment, right? I take it as a compliment because guess what? If you guys are achieving your goals, right, then it is worth it to me, right? If me being annoying and pushing you is helping you achieve your goals, then hey, by all means, more annoyance is what we need, all right? So, look, we have you have that little voice that can tell you that I got this from DG, right? You got that little voice that can tell you, oh, it's okay. And I'll tell you this, right? That little voice can sound so sweet, like, oh, you just need some balance, you just need to relax. And then my annoying voice comes saying, what are you doing? Get back to work. Get back to work. You have not made it yet. You have not arrived yet. Why are you resting? Get back to it, right? But that's the little annoying voice that says, look, you're not good enough yet. You have a lot of work to do, and you're like, yeah, you're right. You take a look at your bank account, like, I don't like how that looks. Take a look at your gas, and you're like, I don't like how that looks. You take a look at your bald tires, like, oh, I don't like how that looks. I got works to do. All right. So, anyways, Bagstar says, I think TCR thinks we're annoying because we aren't cutthroat. No, I don't think you guys are annoying. I think you guys are very. I think you guys are very nice and fine human beings. That's what I think. Miss Freckles. See, this is what happens, right? This is what happens. In Discord, Miss Freckles is on my side, but in on YouTube, she's on Megatar's. I don't get it. I don't know what to do. We got my guy AR Smitty in the building. Good evening, AR Smitty. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully everything is going well, and hopefully it's warming up there in Detroit, up there in Michigan. All that good stuff. All right. Okay. So let's get back to trying to figure this thing out, right? Because this is not going well, but that's why we're here. Is it that we're not going to be able to do, are we not going to be able to do this on a Mac? I don't think so. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. All right. So, let's start our next 20 minutes.
Let's go!
And I am going to, let me think. All right, let's go over to this screen right here. And let me see, if I was to do an import and I was to say, let's go here. Nothing to import in here. All right, let me try something else. Let's go to, but you see how we always have to figure this stuff out. Nothing is, and that's why I like to do this live, because I could have figured this out and just made a video and said, all right, this is how it's going to be, right? But then we don't get to have any fun. We don't get to have any fun. All right. So let's go and take a look at this. Oh, we're Linux 2. Where is this? Let's see here. I don't know where that folder. All right, so this one right here. So let's see what we have in here. So it's not going to be imported this way. Let's go to So now all of a sudden we're using VirtualBox, which I wasn't expecting to use, but it is what it is. Let's go to, it's not an ISO image though. Let's go to, let me check this it's not an ISO image. So let's do this. Let's go to this browser over here, install Metasploit on Mac. On, let's say Mac ARM 64, right? So install Metasploit. All right. So install the. It's not that. Install on, let's say, virtual machine. Installing the Metasploit framework. So let's take a look at this article. Let's see. How to set up Metasploitable in a Mac with M1 chip. There are 2 virtual machines for Metasploitable v3. Let's see. 2 virtual machines, Ubuntu 14, Windows 2008 server, UTM that runs M1 chip. All right, we have that. Homebrew, which is basically a package manager to install. All right, we got that. So we have our UTM installed already. Okay, we already have all that. So download the Metasploit 3 image. Thankfully, the guys at Rep 7 behind Metasploit have already created 2 images that can be used in VirtualBox to an open source virtual machine engine. However, VirtualBox is not compatible with M1 chips at the time of this writing. Let me see. So now let's see how to download the images and what we need to in order to run Metasploit on UTM. Right. Let me open this in a different browser real quick, just in case something weird pops up. You know, you can never trust anybody. You can never trust anybody, right? Let's go here. All right, that's safe. All right, so let me go and open this. And let's see, we have Ubuntu. And on our Ubuntu, VirtualBox, VMware Desktop, VMware. Let's see, versions. Let me see. Metasploitable 3 is a VM built from the ground up. It's intended to be used. Okay, we got that. But to use this with a Vagrant, let's see. Well, virtual. I can try. That's a lot of space. Let me see. Let me go back to this one real quick. So I don't see this. So VMware, we got that. So Metasploitable 3 should work, you're telling me? Download the file. We got that. Unzip the file. Is to convert the VirtualBox image format into a format that UTM understands. For that, we need to install QEMU, used by UTM behind the scenes using Brew. Oh my God. That is a lot of stuff to do. Let me check one more thing, actually. They are asking us to do a lot. Let's see. So basically what I'm going to say is maybe doing ethical hacking on a Mac is not the most friendly thing to do. All right, let's see what we have in the gallery for UTM. Do they have a Metasploit? They do not. All right. Before I go into doing all of this over here, right? I'm gonna do one more search. I gotta do one more search, right? So, Mac ARM 64. Because we installed Kali Linux on there, right? Mac ARM 64, and the person used VirtualBox. Mac ARM 64. Mac ARM 64. Meta exploit. Virtual machine. Let's see. What else do we got? Metasploitable 2. I don't want to go watch a YouTube video. Download Metasploitable. Let me see. The following script will import the Rapid7 signing key. That's not what I want to do. Let's see. Oh wait, so Linux packages are built nightly for .debian, and there's an ARM64 over here in RPM systems. Debian. So is it an ISO? Is it an ISO? So if I was to do, and this, like I said, this is why I do this stuff live, right? Let me see. If I was to do, can I install .deb on virtual machine? Yes, you can install a DB package on a virtual machine as long as the operating system running on the virtual, as long as the operating system running on the virtual machine is a Debian-based distribution like Ubuntu, where .deb files and our standard. Let me see. So this might work. Let's see. So if we go to here and we go to, so if I search for Metasploit and I do ARM64 framework, or this is Metasploit framework. I don't think it's gonna hurt to download this. Let's go here. How big is it? Oh, it's not too big at all. So let's try downloading that, and let's see what happens. I'm really not sure what's gonna happen, so you're gonna have to bear with me on this one. And if that doesn't work, then we'll come back. Like we'll figure. Look, we'll spend the time today working on this, but if we can't get it, I just have to do a little bit more research. And then we will, but we're going to get it to work eventually, right? Because this is what we do. This is what we do. We are engineered to win. All right, so we have that. So let me try to go back to our, what is VirtualBox, or not VirtualBox, but VMware. Where is Prince Marky D when you need him? Because he would probably have a grand old solution for this, right? So we can't use this one. So let's go ahead and let's get rid of this. Well, let me switch screens. Get rid of that. And let's say we will say keep file. All right. So now let's go ahead and add a new. And we will say install from. I don't think I can do ISO because that's a Debian file. We might have to do a search for that. Get from create a virtual machine on a remote. Let's go here. And we can do a Ubuntu 64 ARM. And we can say create a new virtual disk. I think 20 gig is way too much, but I guess we'll let it ride for now. Let me customize the settings. So memory, I'll change this after, right? But where do I go back? Let's see. All right, so let me go back over here. Got to do a little bit more research. We're gonna do. We're here. So yes, you can install a .deb. All right, so let's see, how do we do it? Make sure the operating system you choose for your virtual machine is a Debian-based distribution. Download the .deb file you want. To, all right, package manager. Use the package manager within your virtual machine distribution to install the. Let me see. Install .db metasploit on virtual machine. Let me see. ARM64. So we have everything that we need. I don't understand how. Let me see. All right. Installing Metasploit framework. So the Metasploit framework, but so we could do Metasploit framework. The best of these sources. I'm trying to make sure we're installing the right thing, because we need Metasploitable. Guide to installing. All right, let's do this one. Guide to installing Metasploitable VM using VMware Fusion Workstation or Player. Download VMware. If you have a Mac, choose a VMware Fusion. All of them are free to use. All right, we do that. We already got that. Download Metasploitable. Okay. New. Create a custom virtual machine. Oh. All right, let's try. So let's try this one. Let's go over here, which is the one that we downloaded. Right? All right, we already downloaded that. So now if we go back to this instruction, so, all right, so we're going to do new. We're going to do create a custom virtual machine. We're going to choose Debian 10. Use an existing virtual disk. Oh, I see, says the blind man. All right, well, let's give that a try. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Chloe. Well, but let's see if Chloe's actually right though. Let's see if Chloe's actually right. So choose a virtual disk, and we're gonna go to Metasploitable 2. Let's go here. Can't be giving Chloe too much credit yet because I don't know if she's right. All right, so we have to choose. Let's go with Debian 10, I guess, because that's what Chloe went with. We'll go with that. I do like Ubuntu though, but we'll go with Debian. So we have that. Let's go to. I wish I could change the capacity to a little bit smaller, but it's all good. Let's see. Do not change the credentials. All right, let's continue. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, sure, we can do that. What? Say what? Are we good? Are we good here? This is more than we got before. Attempting to start up. I guess we can wait for it a little bit. This is way better than before, right? You feel me? Let me see. All right, we are waiting for you. I don't know if you plan on joining us. But you know what? I will even say, if you don't want to play ball, how about if we do? Because you look stuck. You look stuck. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do another new, and I'm gonna do create a custom machine. Continue. And I'm going to use Ubuntu on this one. Oh, wait. Something popped up. All right. So it says EFI VMware Virtual. Let's go with that one. Enter. I'm pressing enter. I am pressing enter. I can move up and down. Oh, there's a boot normally. I forgot about that one. Let's try boot normally. Let's see. Start up from virtual namespace. Start up. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, to release your mouse, press Control. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, look at that. You learn something new every day. Something ain't something in. So while that's doing its thing, let me go and try again over here. And let's say use existing. I'm going to go over to, let's go to downloads. Let's go to Metasploitable 2. Let's choose that one. And I don't know what's happening with this one. Make sure I'm using Ubuntu. All right, Ubuntu ARM. Let's go to this one. That looks better. Let's finish that up. Let's try that one. And I don't know what's going on with this one, so I'm going to shut this one down. But I kind of see the same thing happening. Release the keyboard. Let me shut this one down. Actually, let me go to shut down the system. So we have attempting to start. So we have the same issue on this one. So what I'm going to do, well, let's go back to Chloe. Let's see. Hey, Chloe, what gives? What gives, Chloe? Why are you not working, Chloe? So let's go back to this screen. Ms. Freckles says, do you have to go down to enter setup? Do you have to go down to setup? Do you mind clarifying that a little bit, Ms. Freckles? What do you mean by that? And I'm just using Chrome as my internet browser. I saw your question. I'm just using Chrome. Let's see. So,
Lunch break! Lunch break!
did we miss something? All right, so we do all that. Now navigate to Metasploitable image you downloaded. Select the file that is highlighted. We did that. And then insert the login. Simple as that. Like, enter setup. So I am going to try one last thing over here. So you can't put enter on there. Huh. Let's see. Well, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying when we come back from break. It's weird, but we're making progress. Very, very slow progress, but progress nonetheless. All right. So We will come back to it and we'll try that again to see, okay, what exactly is going on here? Why are you giving us such a headache? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to break. Let's keep the show moving. Let me see. Where is control? Look at that. All right. So let's go to break. All right. Let me check the chat. And then we will get to the break time topic. All right. So let's see. Mr. Costa says, what internet? So yeah, I'm just using Chrome. I'm only using, like, I mainly use Chrome. Let's see. Mr. Costa says, do you have to go down to enter setup? Yeah, what do you, is on the blue screen that popped up. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea, Mr. Eccles. We are just exploring. We are pioneering, because this is new to me. This is new to you. This is new to Magnetar, new to Roxy, new to Mitch. Well, I don't know if it's new to Mitch. He might know all this stuff and just laughing. He might just be laughing at me, like he always does. But you know what I mean. So we're just trying to figure it out. This was not part of the game plan. We were just supposed to go and install the virtual machine, and we were supposed to be good to go. However, fate had different plans. All right, so we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Let me see anything. Oh, that's it. All right, so let's jump. Let me get some water first. All right. Great. So let's go. Let's go to our next break time topic. I want to talk about, how do you know when you have actually done enough? When is it enough? Because some people, they'll get started and then they're like, oh, I think I did enough for today. I think I did enough for the week or whatever, right? And other people, they just go and go nonstop. It's like they took a limitless pill, right? And so I'll be up till past midnight. I'll be up 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, depending on what the need is, what I like, where I'm at on the things I need to do, all that type of stuff, right? And it's like, when do you take a break? When have you done enough? So for me, I assess it in a couple of different ways, right? I'm gonna start the clock, right? I assess when I've done enough in a couple of different ways. And sometimes there's simultaneously, right? So for instance, I'll give you the general answer, right? The general answer of when I have done enough is when the immediate task at hand is done, right? I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done, right? So for me, it's like the general answer is when it's done, right? And that could mean like, all right, so I'm trying to work on something. I gotta get something out, and it is late, and I'm like falling asleep. I can't concentrate. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go to sleep, but I'm gonna wake up early to make sure I finish it on time, because the job's not finished. As Kobe Bryant, job's not finished, right? The job is not finished. So, and then like when the job is not finished, I will wake up extra early because I will be haunted by not being done. Like when all my work is done for the day, and maybe even some for tomorrow, I will sleep very, very well. But when it's not done, I am haunted. I'm like, oh my God, like I shouldn't be sleeping right now. And sometimes I just sit up like the Undertaker. You guys know when the Undertaker sits up, like he thought he was down, but he sits up. That's how I'll be. I'm like, up. We got work to do. So for me, when do you know when you've done enough? The first answer is when the job is done, right? But then the other thing is like, all right, what do I have? What's the long-term goal, and where am I at on that progress? And then what is the daily tasks that I need to accomplish to make progress? You know, for me, it's like, you're not done until you win. You know, and I believe that everyone gets to define winning themselves. I have my definition of winning, like when you know, at different things, right? Which it might not be defined the same way as everybody else. but it's what is the goal that is set, and how are you doing on that goal? Like for your long-term goal, what's your progress? Are you tracking your progress? But what about your daily goal? You know, did I accomplish what I wanted for the day? And to put it harshly, unfortunately, right? We think that we have way more time than we really have, right? And for me, I'm like, especially like, cause me, I'm good, right? But I just have like this mental thing where I gotta keep going. I learned something new, and I gotta run with it. All right, so I gotta keep going. But there are other people where it's like they think that although they haven't arrived to their current destination, they think they have a lot of time on their hands. And that worries me, because are you moving at the pace of the world is moving, especially like the tech industry is moving? Are you moving slower than that pace? Are you moving faster than that pace? How do you figure out your priorities? Like it's really difficult from this side of it, right? Because it's like, for me, I see things moving slowly, but for somebody else, they can say, "Oh yeah, I'm doing all that I can." I'm like, really? You think so? You think so? You think so? I don't know. So I don't know. Like it's a lot of people have asked me, like, how do you get so much done? And while I'm able to multitask a lot of different things, like I'm able to say, all right, if I'm sitting in the sauna, losing weight for a competition, or just for health purposes in general, and I am chatting with somebody who needs some assistance, and I'm rendering a video. Like, so let's say I put the video I edit the video, I put it to render, and then I'm able to communicate with somebody else, help them with something, and I'm sitting in the sauna, like sweating, right? I'm piecing things together so that I can still have time to accomplish all the things that are important.
Move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
So with that being said, it's like, all right, how are you maximizing your time? At the end of the day, time is money, right? You don't have that much time. If you're not where you want to be, how are you maximizing your time? Even a lot of times, even when I'm eating dinner, right? I have like, and I'm not done with what I have to do. My laptop's right there, and I'm like, cutting steak with one hand, the other hand type. I'm not cutting steak with one hand, right? And I'm like, all right, I gotta get this description out. I gotta get this. I gotta get this project out. I gotta get ready for this meeting. Or if I'm watching something, like I cannot just sit and watch something on TV and have nothing to go with it, right? So I'm like, all right, I can split my attention, because if I can hear what's going on, I can focus on writing some code, but that's one of the things where my mind going into like 3 different spots at once, somehow it's able to focus, right? I don't know, but how do you know when you've done enough? The bottom line answer from me, for whatever it's worth, is, did you win? Did you win yet? If you have not accomplished whatever it is that you set to accomplish, then free time, sleep, all that type of stuff, it shouldn't even be a thought, because that person who you can't see, but they're right there next to you, are they working just a little bit harder than you? And are they taking that opportunity that should be yours away from you? That's what haunts me, right? Especially for those that I'm coaching. I'm like, you do know that if you're not where you want to be, which if I'm coaching you, you're probably not. You're probably still like trying to. Some people are, right? But I'm like, you gotta put some pep in your step. You gotta put some pep in your step. Just my thoughts. Take it for whatever it's worth. It could be totally meaningless. It could be important. I don't know. That's just my insight. That's just how my mind works. That's just how I push myself every single day. I don't believe I'm ever finished. I think that, I mean, whenever I buy back some time, whenever I maximize my time, I just add something else to the list. And I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? Why did I do this? I think for my birthday, I'm going to have to do a reassessment and say, okay, what are the things I'm going to take off and what are the things I'm going to keep and figure it out that way, right? But with that being said, that is that topic. That is that topic. Let me see if there's anything in the chat that came through before we continue on. Magnus said, added Python to Trello. Shout out to Trello. Mitch says, when you feel like you give it your all and nothing is reciprocated back, change the game plan. That is a good point. That is a good point. Whoa. Here's a question, Mitch. Who or what? Like, I'm trying to think about like the reciprocation part, right? Who? Because if you're doing it for, or I'm just trying to understand it, because if you're doing it for yourself, right? And if you want to get better, then there's not a thing or a person that's going to be reciprocating anything to you. Maybe if you're referring to like, if you're not getting the results that you want, then change your game plan. Then I fully agree with you on that point. But the reciprocation part, that throws me for a loop, like, because I don't know. For me, I don't do stuff for anyone in particular. I do it for myself at the end of the day, right? I do it for myself, but I think I understand what you're saying. I think I kind of understand what you're saying. Magnus says gong. Okay. The Undertaker gong says, do Undertaker again. Says that was trash. Roxy drinking coffee. I wish those emojis would show up on this application. Let's see. At the end of the day has to end. That was deep. At the end of the day has to end. Huh. I gotta ponder on that one. At the end of the day has to end. I mean, I want to argue that, but I can't. But I want to, but I can't. I don't know, Roxy. Roxy threw me for a brain loop. All right, you know what? Plus one for Roxy. Mitch says, calm down, relax. Let's see. At the end of this day, you might see planets put at, I don't know. See, just Magnetar, just let it ride. Just let it ride. And Roxy says, annoying again. Who? Me? What? Let's see. Rod Brown says, from the great philosopher Mitch, it just gets to a point. All right, Rod Brown, I'm gonna let you know the truth, right? If you quote Mitch, right, he will sue you, right? The only reason that I have not gotten sued by Mitch is because he had to sign a non-compete agreement when I made him the VP of Data Analytics on the Tech Coach Ralph channel. So, but if you quote him like that, you will get sued because you did not have written consent to quote him. Right? I'm just letting you know, Rod Brown, because you are my friend, and I do not want you into any legal troubles. Okay, so just letting you know. Just letting you know. Mitch says, you really want to do this? Of course I do. Says, it means everything all in one. Ms. Record says, solutions only. Roxy says, Tech Coach motivational channel coming soon. I mean, the motivation starts at 4 a.m. with my friend David Goggins. Although I never met him before, he has no idea who I am. But it starts at 4 a.m. on the Tech Music channel with David Goggins, Monday through Friday. And I'm working on a new video as well. It says out, not put. All right, now I have to go back and look at it. Let me see. What did Magnetar say? Magnetar said, at the end of this day, you might see the planets out at night. Okay. That makes a lot more. He threw me for a loop there, Magnetar. All right, let's see. And Mitch says it just gets to a point. I thought you said that already. I thought you said that already. Says I quoted him for reference. Well, did you include that in your bibliography? Yeah, did you include that in your bibliography? Did you cite it? And Mr. says tech music for the win. Did you guys see Miss Freckles playing the violin on the Tech Music channel? That was awesome. That was Miss Freckles is in her video. It's an amazing one. Let's see. It says you want another loss. Rod Brown already beat you. I'll gladly be next. You want 2 losses in a week? Rod Brown beat me? When did this happen? When does this happen? That as the great Fonnie Willis said, that was cute. But yeah, Rod Brown did not beat me. Him defending bad coding. Nope, never. Not on my watch. All right. Let's see. Magda says he missed. Magda, it streams every single day on the Tech Music channel, so check it out. All right. So with that being said, wait just 1 second here. Wait just 1 second. Are Mitch and Rod Brown teaming up? Is this what's going on here? Well, I've had to defeat more than one person before. Mitch, you faced defeat before, even when you teamed up. So if I have to do it again, Mitch, then it'll be my pleasure. It'll be my pleasure to defeat. See, imagine the first time we met, I defeated you, right? Resumes over networking. Now you want. Don't do it, Mitch. Don't do it. Who's Kobe? All right. Anyway, let's get back to work. Let's get back to. Don't make me pull up the receipts. Mitch. All right. Anyways, let's get back to work.
It's time to do.
All right. So we need to figure this thing out. Let's see. Let's see how we can do this. Thinking. So we have so let's go over here. Let's say, metasploitable, boots to boot. I don't want the boot maintenance manager. I want where's my mouse? I want boots to boot manager. To boot manager on ARM64. Let's see. Set up metasploitable. Let's see what this has to say. Because we're going to need to figure this out at some point, right? I was trying to avoid doing the whole Qemu thing, but maybe we should just pivot to that at this point because we have been trying and we're not making any progress here. Let's see. I installed Metasploitable 2 VM on my VirtualBox pen testing lab. I used the download straight from Rapid7 website and still having issues. The VM is also setting up an internal network. It seemed due to the VMDK file being on another HD virtual box. I copied over to the C drive, did the OVM, and it wasn't working. I started a new one with the copied. I don't know. Let's see how to get rid of Metasploitable boots to boot mat. Let's see what this has to say. Error setting up Metasploitable 2 Mac. All right. Your issue is M1, which is an ARM-based architecture, and in my opinion, this is also why M1 is screaming performance on native apps. Let's see. Well, all right, let's pivot. Let's try this Q. It just doesn't make sense that this wasn't exist already, right? Metasploitable ARM64. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at this one. Installing Metasploitable 2 on M1, M2. Has anyone been able? Is there a version built for it? That's what I would expect, right? It appears the Metasploitable is only with no plans to make ARM, which means it won't run under Fusion on M1 or M2. It might run under Intel CPU emulation using QEMU on Apple. The way to get it running is to use UTM so that the Intel operating system used by Metasploit 2 VM can run on Apple Silicon. All right, well, let's pivot. Let's see if we can do that. All right. So let's say goodbye, crabs. As good. See you later, crabs. See you later, crabs. Let's go to shut down the system. Let's do. I don't know how Chloe was able to do this, but we weren't. So thanks a lot, Chloe. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to, what is this, VMware. Let's get rid of these two. Let's delete that. Let's move to trash. Let's delete this one as well. Let's move to trash. And let's go to, so this is our UTM, right? Let's go to, what is this open here? Let's go to emulate Linux, which is kind of what we did before. Boot from kernel image. Let me see. But it would need a Linux. Let me see something. Let's see, Windows. Import VHDX image. Let's go back over here. So they want me to browse here. So, all right, so we're in UTM. Let's go and read. How do we get it to start up on UTM? So Metasploitable UTM. Let's see, installation. All right, so 4 months ago. So this one is Cyber Anna. This is not Chloe this time. This is Cyber Anna. Let's see what we got. All right, so Metasploitable. DB Darrow, maybe you could help me with this, DB Darrow, because I'm trying to install Metasploitable on a ARM64 architecture. It doesn't support ARM64 architecture. It's a nightmare. So we don't have a older Mac. So you will need a UTM homebrew. All right, we saw that. We read this already. So we go all the way over here, install homebrew. All right, cool. Run brew doctor. We already have brew here. All right, so download Metasploitable 2 and create a QCOW2 file. All All right, we have that. So use brew to install QEMU, a system emulator that is used by UTM. All right, use the QEMU img convert in the following command. That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad. Well, let's give it a try. So for all of you who are on a Mac ARM64 architecture like me, make note of this. And if this works, I will probably just next week create a standalone video for this, or maybe I just clip this up and I don't know. We'll figure it out, right? But so we already have our Metasploitable downloaded. I'm going to unzip it one more time. Let's go to, all right, so I have this right here, Metasploitable Linux 3 folder, and we're gonna do brew. QEMU is probably already installed, but we'll do brew install QEMU just to make sure. Pretty sure it's installed, but we'll see. So, or maybe it wasn't installed. We'll see. Oh, I am over here. I'm installing QEMU. Or I hope that's how you say it. It's doing its thing. Where's my mouse? There goes my mouse. Let's see. DB Dare said, who broke the VM today? Was it you, Miss Frank? That's hilarious. And you guys know what? Magnetar keeps making fun of me because I deleted the file system for our last installation of Kali Linux. Hey, it happens. Look, Magnetar. If you know all the crazy stupid things that I've done in the past, how many times I had to reinstall certain operating systems in the past, you're like, oh, this is nothing. This is child's play. So, man, that's nothing for me. That is nothing for me, Magnetar. Let's see. I don't know why it's doing so. Why are you doing so much? All right, Python, all this other stuff. All I wanted to do is install QEMU. My goodness. Azure CLI. Waiting. How much time? We got 30 minutes left. We have 30 minutes left. All right. So we have QEMU allegedly installed. So now we are going to navigate. You guys remember how we navigate CD, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do downloads. Then we're gonna do Metasploitable 3. I thought I said 3. Let me see. Should be Linux 3. Why are you acting up? Linux. There we go. Oh, okay. We got to do this 3/. All right. So now we're going to do ls into that folder, and we have so let me show you what we're going to do. We are going to do QEMU -img convert -0 qcow to metasploitable.vmdk, and then we're going to do metasploitable qcow2. All right. Let's go ahead and do it. See what happens. So let's do QEMU. Let me clear this out. Actually, I kind of need that. Let's do this. Clear, and then ls. We're gonna do QEMU. This is my very first time doing this. All right, so bear with me. But guess what we learned? guess what we learned? This is why this is important, right? We also learned how to convert a VM virtual disk into, or we might be learning this. We haven't confirmed it yet, but how to convert it into a QEMU file, right? So convert -0 qcal2, and we're going to say metasploit.vm dk. Then we're going to call it metasploitable.qcal2. All right. So that is the command. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. QEMU unrecognized option of -0. So is it a 0 or is it a, maybe it's a O? Maybe it's a O. Let's go with O. Capital O maybe? Let's try that. And something happened. Something happened really, really quick. As you can see, there's a file in here right now, right? It is 1.93. So now let's go back to our instructions. And I'm gonna have to rename this live stream to. I had a hell of a time installing Metasploitable. All the things that we tried, right? All right, so open UTM, create a new VM with the button plus, select emulate, other under operating system, and follow the screen, select none. Under hardware, you can optionally optimize memory, or you can leave it at 1024, which would be more than enough. Click through the next few screen summary. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's give it a try. I don't know what to expect. I am nervous as hell right now, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got. So we're going to do emulate. We're going to do other. And we're going to do, it says to do other and select none. Do you guys see a none? I don't see a none. Oh, none. Okay, none. And then it says to all right, it says under hardware architecture, which I believe it should stay at x86, I believe, because that's what it runs under. I'm going to, that is way too much memory. I'm going to drop that memory down to 512 and core. I guess I'll leave it at, I don't know, I'll do 2 cores. Why not? It doesn't say what we do for architecture. I'm going to leave it this architecture as it is because that's what that VM should be running under. I don't know. All right. So it says next up, we're going to continue. It didn't say to change anything. So, let's continue. And storage size 60. Are you good Lord? That's a lot of storage. 8 gigs. You're trying to take all my memory, all my disk space. Although don't crash on me like you did last time. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Don't be embarrassing me on screen. UTM. All right. Continue. We don't need anything shared. Let's continue. So let's name this virtual machine Metasploitable. And -2. And let's go back to our instructions to see if there's anything that we're missing. We got all that. What is this? So it says so we do that, change the VM. If it's best you don't have any space in the name. And then we click save. Yep, click save. So we're going to do, all right. So then after we do save, we're going to do some other stuff, right? So I am going to click save. Right? And then it tells us to do a edit. Click on QEMU. And it says uncheck the I'm gonna drop this link to you in the chat from our dear friend Cyber Anna, who, well, before I drop in the chat, let's make sure it works, all right? Let's make sure, because Chloe led us down a dark path that I never ever want to revisit, all right? All right, so we have QEMU in the sidebar and uncheck. All right, so we're gonna uncheck you. We got that, and it says to RNG device. We got that. Go to drives. Where's drives? We're gonna go to drives. Oh, drives. Okay. And we're gonna say delete the IDE drive. So Goodbye. You are gone.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So go to delete. Go to drive and delete IDE drive. Okay, we have deleted the IDE. I'm afraid to delete it. Magnetar, I'm terrified of deleting the IDE drive because what if I delete it and what happened last time happens to me again? I cannot give Magnetar two of the same reasons to make fun of me. All right, that's not good. That is, that's why I have to say,
do not come.
All right. Okay. So now it says click on a new drive. New drive. No. All right. And it says click on new drive, and we're gonna say import size 10. I guess I'll give you 10 gigs. Import, and now we're gonna go to import, and we're gonna go to the here, and then we're gonna do Metas. Oh my goodness, where is this? All right, Metasploitable 3, and we're gonna click on this QCow, right? And we're gonna say open, I believe. Let's say open, and we have our drive, right? We're gonna click on save, and I think it's another moment of truth. I think it is another moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Wait. Do we have success? Do we have success? I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. Let's see. Make that a little bigger. Things are happening. Let's see. Fingers crossed. I probably should have fixed the network too, but okay. Let's see. Oh, God. Yeah, what the son of a, what? What the actual, what? Did that just load up for us? Did that just load up for us? Oh my God. The crowd goes wild. And just in the nick of time, we finally got this thing installed through UTM. So I am going to drop CyberAnna's.
Lunch break.
I'm going to drop CyberAnna's instructions in the chat because that got us there. Craziness. All right. Shout out to CyberAnna. Chloe, thank you, but no thank you. You did not deliver for us, Chloe. As cool as you might be, you did not deliver for us. So let's log in, right? MSF admin / well, that's the login, admin, and then the password is also MSF admin. And we are in it. We are in it to win it. Let's do an IF config. Let's see what network we're on. We are on 168. So we're not on the right network. We do need to change our settings, and all right, let's go for like another 5 minutes. Let's go for another 5 minutes, right? Because all right, I'm excited now. See, now I can go for another 3 hours because once I see things start to work, I'm like, oh, okay, things just got real.
Ain't believing us.
All right, so let's go over here. What's this? This is VMware Fusion. Where's my UTM? Let's go over here. Let's go to can't edit. All right, so let's stop this. Let's stop it. Let's see what we can do. Where we're gonna go to edit. Display. Let's go with resize display to require Spice guest agent tools to be. I don't know what that means. I don't like how it looks though. I'll come back to that. But let's go over to network, and the network that we want to do a bridge maybe. Let's go with that bridge network, right? Let's save that. because we want it to have its own IP address on the network, right? And we're good here. So now we will go to, the only thing I don't like is the screen resolution. I wish I could do something about that. Let me see. Display. I am very, very picky, okay? Let me try retina mode. See what happens. Let me try to start that up over again. If I make this bigger, see how it makes the text all like, oh. It's like, oh. All right. Let me see. It looks so, oh. Do you guys think it looks, oh? That sucks. Display. Render backend. I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm messing with stuff which I shouldn't be. All right. Anyways, so let's log in. MSF admin. And let's do a if config. And we have not the IP address that we wanted. But let's see. Because if I go over here, where's my terminal? Terminal, where art thou? Where art thou, O terminal? If config. We would want to, well, we do if config, and we do if, or do that. Oh, it's not one. IP config, and then we do if addr, and we do en0. We would do get if config. en0. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. IDDR, and then we're gonna do en0. All right. So our IP address is 168 or 192.168.86.28. I don't have Kali Linux up and running, but I don't like that this IP address that we have. So this is not the right IP address. So let's do a quick. We have a little bit of time left. So we're in overtime. We're in crunch time. We're in overtime. All right. Let's see. Let's go to UTM, change network to bridge mode. So to change it to bridge mode in UTM, we would want to go to bridge advanced, and okay. I'm aware of that, and that was only, I want to get, I would like to create a bridge and redirect all traffic. All right, so this is not helping. Let's go to bridge mode on UTM. Let's try this one. So it says, make sure the VM is powered off. It should be a network edit. So we did that, but I feel like it's bridging the wrong network though. All right, let's take a look at this. So this is straight from the horse's mouth from UTM, right? Network mode, shared network. Creates a 2-layer bridge with specified interface. Network mode. Traffic is routed directly by the host operating system, and guest shares a VLAN with the host. Services running on the guest and the host can see each other without additional configuration. Okay. UTM got us this far, but we do need to get this over to, all right, so let me shut this down again and stop, edit, network, MAC address, show advanced, let me try this one. I don't need this show advanced. Let me try that because I don't want it to use an IPv6. I want to use IPv4. All right, let's start that up again. Actually, can I? Let me see. Run. Can I see? I wish I could see the network address from here. I don't think that's possible though. But we can always start it up and check it that way. But they should tell me the IP address from here though. But we are in a much better spot right now. So let's do MSF admin, and IF config. There we go. We did it, Joe. We did it. All right. So if you look at the two terminals, right? If you look at the two terminals, clear, let's go up 1, 2. So this system is on 192.168.86.28. This one is on 192.168.86.30. Let me start up our VMware Fusion. Let's start up our Kali Linux. And wait for it to connect. And all I'm going to do today, because we spent a hell of a time trying to get this to work, I'm just going to ping these different machines from each other, right? But what else do we have to do? We have a lot to do for scanning, all right? But we had our overview of TCP/UDP. We just actually got installing the vulnerable virtual private network to install. If when we install more, we come into a similar situation, we know that we can always try to use UTM to get it to work. But we got our bridge network, right? We're doing our IP config, our IF config. But so what we have to actually get into Nmap and actually pinging, like making sure we have connection across the network, the different tools that we can use, which Nmap is going to be a huge part of it. And DB Daryl was telling us about Nmap last week, so that's definitely a tool that we're going to be using. But we're not going to get to it today. Right? So let me clear this out, and I'm going to do IF config. And we have 192.168.250, 86.250. So if we go over here, we go over to here, and here, 192.168.86.28, 192.168.86.30, and 192.168.86.250, right? All on the same network. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do for tonight is we are going to just try to make sure they can communicate with each other. So we're going to go to, let's do ping 192.168. Let's try to ping our Metasploit installation, right? 86.30. What? Do you see that? It has connection. It can reach this one right here. All right. So let's stop that. Let's do ping 192.168.86.28. And it can reach my local machine as well. Look at that. We are in it to win it. We are in it to win it. We can't be stopped. We cannot be stopped, right? And that goes back to what I was saying, right? You're not done until you have accomplished your goal. That's when we stop. That's when we stop, right? Once we accomplish our goal. I would have ended the show, right? But I would have been super pissed off for the entire week that we did not get this thing working because it threw us for a loop. You got to be ready for what life and what technology throws at you. All right. All right. So let's go. So now let's try it over here, right? So let's do ping 192.168.86.30. Whoa, what in the world is going on here? Why do you not have connections to this one? That is, what a jerk. Okay. Fair enough. You do not, 192. Oh, because I made a typo. All right. 168. I told you it is a game of millimeters, right? You're off by just one number and it all goes kapoots. Right? Like imagine if you are an accountant and you're off by one number. Depending on what place it is, it might be a really, really big deal. All right. So that one can connect. Let's try to ping our Kali Linux machine. It is going to be give me some space. All right. So ping 192.168.86.250. We are at it. Give me some more. Give me some more. Miss Freckles, why? Why, Miss Freckles? Why did you have to bring up the past? Like, that was so unnecessary, Miss Freckles. I'm just saying, that was unnecessary, Miss Freckles. You didn't have to bring that up. You did not. That was so last week. You guys are, I'm telling you, with friends like you guys, see, and this is why, as much as Mitch loses to me, he will always be my best friend forever. Right? I'm just saying. Let's see. All right. So now, how about we ping from here? Ping.192.168.168.86.250. Look at that. Look, it's just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Right? And now we're just going to do the last one, which is going to be, which one is this one? This one is going to be 28. And just like that, our machines are on the same network. And so when we come back next week, we already did the pinging. We are going to get into running some tools, including Nmap, so that we can find out what ports are open and stuff like that. All right. That is the plan. But with that being said, we went a little bit over. But let's wrap up the show. I had an amazing time. This is what I live for. I thought we're gonna come in here and everything's gonna go swimmingly, and we're just gonna do some Nmap and see open ports. But the tech gods had different plans for us. It is what it is. Right? But we got it done. Because guess what? We don't miss.
We the best.
We don't miss. I do what I have to do. All right. Because we are, above all else, engineered to win. All right. Let me give our last few, our parting messages, and then I'll check the chat. So I mentioned this earlier, Python help Saturday, Saturday. It's going to be, I have it scheduled for 1 p.m., but I will make it official. I'll put up something in the I'll put something in the Patreon, as well as in the create a Discord event. Anybody who is a Patreon member is free to join. If you have any questions about Python, if you need any help, if you're stuck on your course, I will do my best to help you out. I have about an hour that I can allocate to it, so let's make it quick. So be ready with your questions. because I really want to do office hours like every 2 weeks, but if a need arises, I will be there. But yeah, I'm gonna do all the stuff behind it too. But just plan for Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, adjusted for your time zone. The bug bite tomorrow, we're gonna be talking about how SOC analysts have trauma because of the type of work that they have to do. We're going to look into that. And then remember, tech music tomorrow, David Goggins, starting at 4 a.m. so that you can get all the strength and motivation that you need to get things done. And then in the afternoon, we're going to be streaming our music playlist with our, you've seen it. It's really fun. Really, really cool stuff. But that is the plan for tomorrow, right? And then Saturday and Sunday, we are going live Saturday and Sunday. Saturday morning, economics, Sunday, DevOps, all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Let's check the chat before we wrap it up for tonight. Let's see. Where's my mouse? All right. So, we had my guy, DB Darrow in the building. Says, let me get this off the screen. Says, I'm super late, but I'm checking it. DB Darrow, you are never ever late. You are, anytime you show up, even if it's at the very final seconds of the show, you show up. You are always appreciated. You are awesome, and you help me out a lot. You help me out a lot. Believe it or not. All right, I'm just saying. Let's see. And Mitch had said that no, that I lost, chump. Well, history is written in the eye of the winners, and the winners are the ones with the mic. So, as far as everybody knows, I destroyed you, Mitch, and you never recovered from that. All right, I'm just saying. But Mitch, we can always do it live. I would love to debate Mitch. Now, and we could debate. Here's the challenge, Mitch. Here's the challenge. We could debate on you being for the people and me not. You being for the people and me not being for the people. I think that would be an amazing, amazing debate. You let me know, Mitch. If you ain't scared, let's do it. You let me know. The offer is indefinite, Mitch. Anytime you want to talk about it, let's do it. Robert Ross says, Undertaker times Kane, double choke slam incoming. Fair enough. I'm ready for it, though. I am ready for it. Let's see. Magnus says, through the table. And Roxy's like, what is going on? They don't want none of this. They do not want none of this, Roxy. I'm just saying. It says, Mitch is Rod Brown Rico? What? And DB says, who broke the virtual machine today? Was it you, Miss Freckles? It was not Miss Freckles today. Let's see. Where are we at? We're almost there. Let me see. Roxy says, Dana Dane. I guess that's a song I don't know. I don't. All right. I'm guessing Dana Dane is the person. Let's see. Speaking of music, Fallen Down releases Saturday morning, 7 a.m. You definitely want to check that out. Available on all streaming platforms. Let's see. Magnus said, you made fun of me first. That's probably true. That is probably true. It says, deleting the file system. I did that. I did that to the family computer as a kid.
Bruh.
I did it too, DB Darrow. I can't tell you how many times. DB Darrow, I don't know how old you are, right? But I'm old, right? I installed. You guys are gonna believe this. I installed Windows. Was it 95? No, it was before 95. It was like Windows 3.5. I don't remember which version, but I used floppy disks. I used the 5-inch floppy disk before, And I used the 3.5 floppy disk to install Windows. It took about like 30 floppy disks to install it, but I did it. You ever do that? You ever did that, DB Darrow? Let's see. Ms. Freckles says self-awareness is key. It says you're no longer balanced because you're taking his side. I'm sorry. You know, there is space for you on this side, Ms. Freckles. Let's see. Oh my, you're calling for backup? You're calling for backup? Oh my God. Calling for backup. I'm telling you. And Roxy says, Dynamite? Roxy, you trying to blow up some bridges? You trying to blow up some bridges? Let's see. It says, you know what, Mr. Freckles, you're right. Let's go show. You guys are being petty. And it says, it's an O for output. See? I should have read that before. But we if the zero didn't work, it had to be the O, right? Let's see. Mr. Freckles says, you got this. We got it. It says, you'll appreciate the Dockerized version of Metasploitable after all this QEMU drop. Are you telling me that I could have just used Docker to do this? My favorite tool of all time, Docker. By the way, regarding Docker, it's no longer, like, you can't use it free if you are working for a company that has more than 250 people, I think. So now at work, I have to switch to Rancher, which I'm not really sure how to switch to Rancher, but I'm working on that. Luckily, I don't use Docker on an everyday basis, but we have to switch to Rancher. So figure that out. Let me see. But I'm gonna check that out. It says 20 GB of space. Not for Metasploitable though. I thought I could get away with like 8 because I'm not. It's just gonna be used to find the ports. I don't know. It says I missed it. So you're using UTM now. So.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B.
Whoop.
It says wrap it up.
Sorry, Magnetar. We gotta go, Magnetar. Sorry. I'm just kidding. No, so I'm using VMware Fusion for our Kali Linux installation, right? I'm using UTM for our Metasploitable, and I'm not using VirtualBox for anything. So the reason being that, which you're gonna have this problem too, you're gonna have to do this. The reason being is that Metasploitable, their image is only on the x86 architecture, right? Macs are on the ARM64 architecture, so it's not going to work out of the box that way. So we had to use QEMU to convert it from from whatever version it was to a UTM version. So that, and I'm just gonna do a video on that for next week because I think it would be too confusing taking the what I did today and clipping that up. It'll still come out as a clip at some point, but I'm gonna make a video for that next Wednesday to just show how I was able to install QEMU, and I was able to get the UTM version of it going. All right. Let me see. It says it's about to be a movie. It says in this year's file deletion Olympics, for the first time, every one person to gold, silver, and bronze. Ladies and gentlemen, Tech Coach Ralph. Well, at least I won at something. And Roxy says gold medal. All right, Roxy, is this a gold medal to support Magnetar, or is it a gold medal because we were able to get Metasploit installed, huh? And DB Darrow says, yes, sir, LFG. Let's go.
Ain't believing us.
We the best.
Let's see. What else we got? DB Darrow says, yeah, buddy. I'm telling you. Says, will it crash if you log in? That is always a mystery. You never know when it's gonna sneak up on us, right? And Magnus says, okay, you can give those other medals back since it worked. Okay. You can have them back, Magnus. You can have them back. Roxy says, Tech Coach Ralph winning every. Thank you so much, Roxy. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
DV there with the pizza, the popcorn. You see, Miss Freckles. You see what happens when you bring up the past. You see what happens when you bring up the past. Now, Magnus remembers about the pizza, and Roxy says, "Would you please put some pineapple on her pizza, please?" I love Hawaiian pizza, which is the pineapple and the ham on it. Extra ham, extra pineapple, please. Let's see. DBDR says pineapple on pizza in 2025 is diabolical. Look. We're islanders, okay? We are islanders, all right? We gotta have our pineapple on pizza, okay? Rocky says extra cheese. Let's see. Miss Freckles is still. Mitch, you see what's going on here? Do you see what's going on here, Mitch? Miss Freckles says everyone needs to relax. That offer has expired. Miss Freckles, I think if they are up as early as you are, then let's say pizza party at 4 a.m. Miss Freckles. So what about that? Pizza party at 4 a.m. Who's gonna show up for that? And you can't be working overnight to show up for the 4 a.m. pizza party. Nope. You would have to have gone to sleep. So don't try to finesse the system. And DBDR says typos. Said, did you hack yourself? TCR. I might have. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? At this point, who can know? And Miss Freckles, see, that's what. At least you didn't delete the whole entire thing.
Bruh.
I tell you. And Miss Freckles biting her nails. Magnus says it's only a big deal in the private sector. You know what, Magnus? Do me a favor, Magnus. List your 5 accomplishments for the past week, all right? Just go ahead and do that. Just take the time to do that. And Miss Freckles says it's a forever milestone to remember. Let's see. Anything else as we wrap it up? Let me see, how much do we have? Let's see. Almost there. Let's see. Miss Freckles says, thank you for these nuggets, Tech Coach Ralph. It is my pleasure. And Mitch says, you saw it too, right? Mitch, you saw it too. And he says, you said rancher with disgust. No, it's not with disgust. It's just I gotta figure it out. I used to use like this version of rancher like 8 years ago, but now we have to use it and I have to figure it out. So we shall see. There was no disgust. I just have to figure it out. So, but Docker is so simple. And it's only a $5 license, but when you have as many employees that we have, it costs a lot of money at that point. Let's see. DBDR says, I was trying to upgrade MS-DOS. Yes, I'm that old on the computer and didn't have enough disks. So I deleted the C-DOS directory. Computer was broken for a year.
Bruh.
I hear your pain. You see, at least me and DB can relate. So, you know, you guys making fun of us, but the struggle is real. Ms. Struggle says, okay, if they're up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I'll get all the ham and pineapple pizza for you pizza heads. I'll be there. I can't eat pizza right now, but I will be there to support Ms. Freckles. I will be there, right? Party on tech music, all right? DBDR says, I definitely learned to read the documentation first. What? Documentation? Documentation? That's like Allen Iverson practicing. Come on, DBDR. We don't need no stinking documentation over here.
Bruh.
It happens. And Roxy says, shaking her head, 4 a.m. pizza party. That's how we do it. That is how we do it. Rancher is what. Did I say that? Oh, I'm sorry. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Ms. Freckles, you cannot be giving out passes. You cannot see how will they ever grow, Ms. Freckles? Ms. Freckles, we have to have a conversation. But of course, Roxy with the praying hands. All right, well, that's enough. That is enough. I am out of here. You guys, Ms. Freckles, you disappointed me, Ms. Freckles.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
No soup for you, Ms. Freckles. No soup for you. All right. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, tomorrow we have the bug bite at 12. At 4 a.m. we have David Goggins getting to work.
What's this? Oh, it's only money.
What? 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 Oh my god, Magnetar, what are you doing to me here, Magnetar? What are you doing to me here, Magnetar? Let's see before we wrap it up. Let's see what's going on. Magnetar says, with the $10 super chat, says number 1, he ignored Elon. You did what? Number 2, he worked, and he also again ignored Elon. And then he said, you know what? He did a little bit more work, right? Some more work while still ignoring Elon. And then he said, I listened to jealous people complain while still ignoring Elon.
Bruh.
And lastly, worked and we know the rest. He finally responded to Elon.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That was an awesome super chat. That was an awesome super chat. Shout out to my guy Magnetar. And Mr. Circle says there's money on the table. Where? And round of applause for the effort. You're right. I'm just messing. Magnetar ignored Elon, all right? All right. We're going to get out of here for real. Thank you so much, Magnetar. I truly do appreciate you. All right? But yeah, so tomorrow we have the Bug Bite at noon Eastern Time. Have music in the afternoon to get through the work day, and if you're working late, all of that good stuff. And Saturday morning, I'll see you live for our weekly economics review. Saturday afternoon, we are going to have we're going to do in the Patreon. We're going to do some Python help for those who are learning Python and they have some questions. We'll do that. Sunday, we're going to do DevOps, all that good stuff. Take the TBI survey, the traumatic brain injury survey if you haven't. Help my cousin out, gather some data, all that good stuff, right? But with that being said, the time has come. The time has come for me to depart. It's been real. Lots of fun, all that good stuff. All right, I have to see what DB Darrow said. DB Darrow says, better not be making a TikTok next week talking about Elon took my job because I didn't send the email. I'm not even going to get into that. Techo Trial, we are out.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heartbeats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heartbeats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's it's not just a game. 'Cause in my reflection, I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.